Hello there. I'm Victor. Nice to meet you.
Andy, a pleasure to meet you. I am a principal consultant here at FR8WISE. How can we help you?
So we're actually a business looking to export internationally. We're wondering how can you guys help and where do we get started?
Yeah, so you've come to the right place. Two primary things to consider when exporting for the first time to a new market. How is my business structured and what am I selling? Different countries have different requirements in terms of how is a business registered? Are they local or are they international before you can operate in that market? And second, every single country has a different host of requirements for various products. And thankfully, there's an international system called HS codes, uniformly recognized by every country around the world that identifies every product. And what we can do is check with all of the relevant bodies around the world. And in one session, if we gather all of the relevant information for your product, we can advise that whole host of requirements.
But what are some of the nuances between different countries?
Yeah, so great point. There are some pretty distinct nuances globally from country to country. Just because your product is present in one market doesn't mean that the same rules are going to be applied globally. There's a whole host of different legal, environmental, cultural factors that come into play here when we think about how different countries treat different products. And we know every country is unique. We've dealt with almost every major market around the world. We take advantage of that deep repository of information and that deep bench of experience to consolidate all of these requirements in a tailored fashion.
Well, that's reassuring to hear, but we do notice that when we deal internationally, there is a lot of risk that is involved. Wondering how you guys help mitigate that for us.
Yeah, so the risks involved when it comes to issues of customs compliance are pretty straightforward. Your cargo can be rejected, it can be held, it can be destroyed potentially. None of these are good scenarios. They all involve a massive expense to your business in terms of time and money. And what we're here to do is help mitigate that. We're here to consider all of these possible scenarios ahead of time, do contingency planning for you, and make sure that all of the information is at the forefront to mitigate those potential issues.
Right, well, that's reassuring to hear that you guys have a lot of experience there, but just wondering, what is the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 packages?
Yeah, so the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2, Tier 1 is our import customs compliance package, and Tier 2 is our export customs compliance package. So us being based here locally in Australia, we have many, many years of experience and a whole host of information readily available at a moment's notice in terms of import customs compliance. Export-wise, we leverage our international network of partners and our relationships with various customs authorities, which is a bit of a different process for us to ultimately get to the same result, which is making you confident in your import or export process.